We start off today making Java is a cup of tea. And the most important to start off this is to download the Java Sdk that was previously maintained by Sun Microsystem and now overtaken by Oracle. So we need to download the Java development kit, which contains your runtime environment as well as compiler and all the tools. So we can download either the standard edition version 6 or we can download the standard edition version 7 from the Oracle website. So this is the Oracle website. You can go to downloads and then we can select Java and Java standard edition, and we can download the JDK rather than the JRE because we need the compiler and all other tools also. So we'll download the JDK. Now it comes as a exe file, and we can just double click the exe file and it will automatically install. Only point we can do or see during the installation is the installation directory. Now while installing it installs to the program file, whereas we can give it a directory such as I have installed to djdk. So this is the folder where I have installed the Java development kit. Now as you can see, these are the folders of files that are created when it is installed. So we'll just go through some of the important folders of files that are there on the system when you install the Java development kit. Now this is the bin folder. Now bin has all the tools. It has the interpreter, it has the compiler, it has the jar tool, applet viewer, all the tools that you'll need to run your programs and other apps you have in the JDK bin. Now, as Java is open source, you might have the curiosity to read the source code for some files. All the source is available in this file, which is src.jar. You can unzip this file, and according to the packages, so this will extract to a folder structure which is similar to the package structure, and accordingly you can view the source code for any file. Then we have this JRE. JRE is the Java runtime environment. So these are the files that the runtime environment requires when it is running the program. The JVM files, everything is within this JRE folder. Now in this is an important Java file which is the rt.jar. This is the runtime.jar, which contains all the class files of the Java API library that the system needs to while compiling your program and checking the syntax whether it is as per the API or not. So this is the runtime.jar, and the earlier file I had shown to you is the src.jar. So this is the source file, and rt.jar is the class files for these files. Then we have this ext folder. So this is the place where you can put down your third-party libraries in case you need any third-party driver or you need any third-party encryption library. You can put down the supporting library files here, and then you can use from your program, and it will automatically be incorporated. So as I have installed my JDK to djdk, and the bin is the directory where you have all the tools. So either to make a program in Java, either you can use the tool which is Eclipse, or we can directly write a program on the DOS prompt. So in case you wish to use Eclipse, we can go down to the Eclipse website, download the Eclipse IDE for Java EE. If you have a platform Windows 32 or 64, accordingly you can download the file and unzip the file. It will unzip in a folder, and accordingly you can just run the file with this icon, and it will open up the Eclipse IDE. So today we'll just create a small program using DOS prompt and see how we can set the path and other variables. So as I'll just now we can write a program in any directory, because writing a program in bin will bind us to some jumble of everything. So we'll create a new directory. I'll just open up the command prompt. So we'll go to D. I'll just make up a new directory, my programs. Now if I just test whether the compiler runs in this, so it says that Java C, which is the compiler to compile Java programs, it is not able to locate the Java C. Now this is because Java C is located within the install directory and then the bin folder. So we need to give the path of this folder to the Windows operating system. So I'll just copy this path and then I'll search for environment variables, and then I'll go to the environment variables, see for the path. So this is the path variable. I'll edit this. Now at the end of this I'll put a semicolon and then paste my path, which is dgdk bin, to the existing path. So I'll just OK this. So I have to close this DOS window for the path to take effect. I'll just close this, open up a new window. And again go to D, open my prog, and now again type the compiler. So you see this compiler is now working. So after you install your JDK in a directory, any folder that you have named, any drive that you have used, so you can just paste the path in the environment variable in case you are using Windows, so that this folder, when this is in path, you'll get your compiler to work from whichever directory or whichever drive you have. You can operate your compiler. So I'll just create a simple program. So I'll say edit a.java class A story static void main. This is the entry point for any class. Then we have a string array, and now I can just simply type welcome to Java. So this I have typed a very small, just an entry level program. We have a class, we have a main, which is the entry point for any program in Java, a simple print statement with a message that welcomes you to Java. So I'll just exit this, compile the program, Java and file name, and now as you can see, what this has done is this has created a file called a.class. So this A is corresponding to the class name that we had given in the file. Had we given it C, you would have got a file called c.class. So a file can have a number of classes, and when you compile the file, you'll get a number of class files depending upon the number of classes. I'll just change this so as to show this. So we have one class, I can have another, I can have another. So I've made 3 classes within this file a.java. I can compile the file and again see the contents of the directory. Now we have a.class, we have b.class, we have c.class. So for every class that we have created within the file a.java, we have a .class file generated for the class. Now when you run the class, you need to use the tool Java, and then you give the name of the class. Now if I give name of the class as A, I am able to run it because it has the method main. But if I try to run the class B, which has no main method, you get an error which is no such method error main. So for any class to run independently, you need a main method within that class. Even I cannot run this class C. So for any so we have just seen that a file can have a number of classes. When you compile a file, you get a class file, .class file corresponding to every class that you have created within the file. but in case you want to run a class independently, you have to have a main method within that class. So if you need to run the same program in Eclipse, I'll just start off Eclipse. So for Eclipse, you need to create a project. I'll say it is not showing any Java project, so I'll just select here Java project. So I'll just say my first and then finish. So it says it is associated with Java perspective. I say okay. And now if you need to create a class, you say new class, any name. Suppose I say first, and you need main. So similarly, we can add a print, same message, and to run a program you need to select this icon and you'll see the output in the bottom half. So it is much easier running a program in Eclipse as compared to DOS prompt. So we'll follow Eclipse while making all our programs. So I hope installing and running is clear to everybody so that we can progress further.